What's up, guys? Coach Jared here, and I want to make a video today about programming. I get asked questions all the time about programming. How do you guys program? Why do you program the way you do? Um, and I just want to take this time. I figure it's the new year, and this is a great opportunity for us to show you how we program, why we do it the way we do it, and really explain to y'all why CrossFit is so powerful and why CrossFit is just such a great program that just outshines everything else, guys. And why we believe that the general CrossFit programming that CrossFit teaches is ideal and superior to any other programming. Why we don't believe in strength bias programming all the time. Why we believe that the general physical preparedness it creates the best athletes, and also why we've proven it. We've at 2024 made an effort to bring CrossFit back to what it's meant to be. And a lot of times with gyms, it's gotten away into this other thing of just too much work and too much of what athletes don't need. So to start this video out, I just want to give y'all a quick background about myself. I've been in the fitness industry for about 11, 12 years now. I started teaching boot camps all over Austin, in Buda, in Pflugerville, pretty much any part of Austin area that you consider Austin. I've taught boot camps there. I started out teaching boot camps, and I also started out doing personal training. I actually started doing personal training in the Navy. So I've had the really awesome opportunity to train athletes of all different varieties. So I have trained a lot of just the general public, the general person just wanting to be more overall fit, look better. I have trained athletes that are kind of at that pro amateur level of their sport. I've trained tons of athletes in the physique bodybuilding world, mostly women, for the bikini division. I've worked with a lot of older people and people who have been injured. I went to school for exercise science and sports science and pre-physical therapy, and I've worked a lot with injury rehab. But kind of my main focus has always been a couple things. It's always been to, number one, work on the mindset of the athlete, to work on their mentality, to help people realize what they're truly capable of, and to help them change what's between their ears, because that ultimately affects everything else that they do. And that's always my top priority with athletes. But the other things that I've always, kind of specialized in are the athlete, the competitive athlete at whatever sport it may be, as well as the injury rehab. And it's been a lot of fun because I've learned so much, and I've got to see both sides of the spectrum and understand them. I've had a lot of personal training certifications that I actually let go because I really believe in what CrossFit teaches. I really believe in what CrossFit does. And it started out by, I was a big CrossFit hater. I've talked to some of y'all about this. It's the funniest thing because I own a CrossFit box now. But I started out as a big CrossFit hater, and I said all the stupid things online. Those aren't real pull-ups, or you're going to get injured. And I was just so ignorant to exercise science at the time. And as I was studying exercise science and going to school and working at a gym, doing the physique shows and doing photo shoots and things like that, my buddy showed me a video of Dan Bailey and Jason Khalipa doing this workout, and I saw that it was CrossFit. And I was like, man, these dudes look awesome. And the girls look awesome, and all these athletes look amazing. They have to be doing something right. So I started studying more about CrossFit. And one of my physical therapists, by the way, actually told me, she's like, no, I do CrossFit competitively. It's great. So I started studying CrossFit more, and I started falling in love with it, and I started applying it to my own training. And, I started doing it on my own as well as in a CrossFit environment. And then the CEO and manager at the gym I was at came up and said, we're going to start a CrossFit program, and we want you and TJ, who's another trainer I work with, to start this program. We're going to send you to get your level 1. We're going to, you guys have experience in CrossFit. You've both been there, so we're going to do this. So we said, okay, cool. So we went to our level 1 about halfway through the first day. And remember, both of us have our degrees in exercise sports science. He was a certified strength and conditioning specialist. We've been trainers for years at this point. about halfway through the first day, they're going through programming and they're going through just the science behind CrossFit. And I never forget, we looked at each other at the same time. We just turned to each other and we were just like, it just makes sense. You can't argue with it. Why CrossFit is so awesome. So what I'm about to do, guys, is I'm about to take you through what we do, how we program, and how we lay it out so that you can actually see it on paper and kind of understand more the why behind the programming of CrossFit and the way we program specifically. And then I'm going to go into the reason we think it is superior to other types of programming, the reason we don't coach other things like strength bias programming every single day. We do it once in a while. The reason, I don't know. Let's just get into it. It's easier to see on paper. So I'm about to flip y'all around and we'll go over this. So what you see in front of you is a theoretical template for CrossFit programming. And basically what this is Greg Glassman, the creator of CrossFit, designed this type of programming to ensure that you get a wide variety of all types of fitness, okay? So you get so good at everything that you have no holes in your fitness, right? And that's what CrossFit's about, is to try to be better at life, to be better at anything that comes your way. So what you see here in front of you is a list of different aspects of programming that we use. So at the very top, we got body weight, or your load, which is body weight all the way to heavy. Time domain, which is 5 minutes and less, up to 30 minutes plus. Reps, from really low reps to 500 plus. That's your Murph type workouts. Movements, gymnastics, weightlifting, monostructural, which is also known as cardio. Priority, task, which means like your 3 or 4, 5 rounds for time. Your time, which is like an AMRAP or EMOM type thing. A heavy day. Your scheme, which is 1 exercise, 2 exercises, 3 exercises, or 4 plus, like a chipper. Now, I have been very blessed, guys, since starting my CrossFit journey to have been able to sit down with some awesome coaches. My business coach right now has been to regionals many times. One of our good buddies is a regionals athlete. Well, not anymore. There's no regionals, but he's at that level. I've sat down with Pat Barber, who ran NorCal CrossFit and was the head coach there, did the programming, all that good stuff. He's a games athlete, both on a team and individual. Currently, we work with Pat Sherwood, who teaches this also, as well as helps program for CrossFit HQ in the games. And then Ben Bergeron also talks a lot about this. So, guys, this is why we believe it's superior. And you're about to see kind of what I find so amazing about CrossFit that I think a lot of people get away from. And like I mentioned, coming from the exercise science field of things, like this is just so amazing and so simple that oftentimes people overlook it and they want to just make things so much more difficult than they need to be. So anyways, let's take the benchmark workout 2024 that we did the other day and let's put it into this plan here. So 2024 is 3 rounds for time of 20 wall balls, 24 calories on the rower. So if we're looking at the load, it's pretty light, right? You are moving a wall ball, which is not very heavy, so we're not going to put it quite at body weight, but we're going to put it over here in the lightweight range. It's a quick workout. If we're on a scale of 5 to 30 minutes, it's going to be about 8 to 10 minutes, so it's going to be roughly in this area. Some of y'all beasts, I saw 6 minutes on the board. Whew, you guys are flying through that thing, man. My lungs just blow up when I do that. Our reps are 45 reps per round, or 3 rounds. You're around that 135 rep range, so not quite 500, but definitely not low like you're just lifting. So kind of somewhere towards that middle range. Our movements, we got weightlifting because we are moving an object. We got the cardio, which is our rowing. It is a task priority because it's 3 rounds. And then we got 2 exercises. So that's kind of what it looks like to program that workout. Now, today we're doing the CrossFit Total, so let's take a look at what that means. It is a heavy day because we're fighting the 1 rep max at the back squat, press, and the deadlift. We're going to ignore this time thing here because basically what this time one means is if you're doing a 4-time workout, which CrossFit does a lot of times. And we'll show you where we put that, where we make up for that down below. So the reps are very low because we're just doing 1 rep maxes. We're back in our weightlifting. There's no cardio, there's no gymnastics. It is a heavy day, and that's where that time will come in. It's just straight, all we're doing is lifting heavy today. and then we use 3 exercises. So that's kind of what that workout looks like programmed next to the other one. Now, let's say we're coming up to the following day, or we're programming for the next week or two, and we're saying, okay, what do we need next? We can look at this and we can appropriately put in to where there's holes in the fitness for the week, and we can properly program the next couple workouts. So let's say we've done 3 exercise workout, we've done 2 exercise workout. Let's do a chipper, right? So we're going to do 4 plus exercises. Maybe we choose 5 different exercises. Let's do an AMRAP of 20 minutes. So that's a time domain there. Let's see, 20 minutes. We're going to go up here to our time, put it a little up close to 30 minutes. The reps are going to be pretty high because it's a 20-minute AMRAP of 5 exercises. Guarantee those reps are going to be up there. And since we did 2 days of weightlifting, let's add some gymnastics in there. Let's add a little bit of cardio in there. Maybe assault bike calories, everyone's favorite. And then we'll throw another weightlifting workout in there also. But this time the weightlifting workout, at the very top here, we're going to do a moderate weight, maybe like a 135-pound cleans or something. So you're starting to see how the week's shaping out. Now, what we do when we program this is by the end of the week is we want to see a nice, even-looking programming all across the board. We want some short workouts, we want some long workouts, we want some high reps and low rep everywhere in between. We want to make sure we get a little more gymnastics in there, and that cardio to make up for that weightlifting. Probably a couple more task priorities, maybe another AMRAP or so, maybe a single modality workout, like just like a Grace or something, 30 clean and jerks for time, a couple more of these 2 and 3 exercise range, because that's kind of where the true fitness is found. But you guys can see that by the end of the week, we got a nice wide range of things all across the board. And what that shows you is that, hey, I have worked for that week everything that's lightweight to heavyweight, everything that's real fast to real long, everything in between. I've worked a variety of different movements. I add a little more into my programming. I make sure we do squats every week. We do some type of pulling off the ground, some type of pulling vertically or horizontally, some pressing. So we add, there's a little more to this, but to get just the basic idea of it, this is kind of how we program. I've gone over some of this with y'all lately in the classes, but I hope that makes more sense, guys. And what we're going to talk about now is why we do it this way and why we think it's superior to other programs. So I get asked kind of often, why don't, I went to this gym and they did a strength before the workout. And we do that too. We do that every few days, or, maybe once or twice a week, probably a couple times a week, but some gyms do it every single day. Now, here's the problem with doing this every single day, guys, is that if you're doing this every single day, you're tipping the scale the wrong way. You're starting to bias your workouts, and you're not getting that overall range. What you see a lot of times is we come into class, do a really quick warm-up. Warm-ups usually take about 10 good minutes. And then with the strength bias program is they kind of put you into like, oh, we're going to hit 5x5 squats today. And that's great because we want to get stronger, right? But a true 5x5 day is going to take you a good 45 minutes, close to an hour if you're doing it correctly, because you need the rest in between the reps. You need to make sure you're going heavy enough to actually make those changes, and you need to really prep your body enough to hit that workout as hard as you can. So when that happens, let's say somehow you do cram it into like 30 minutes, right, with your warm-up and your strength, and then you got to cram it in. You got to take into account the cool down, whether it be the stretching or just a cool down exercise at the end of the class period. If you're doing that strength bias every single day, what typically happens, and you can see this a lot in gyms, is the workout stays around that 10 to 15 minute time frame for every single workout. And when that happens, you're losing out on those long workouts like the Murphs. You're losing out on those really short workouts like the Frans. And it's just kind of not really hitting everything like you need to be the fittest and healthiest individual you can. Now you say, well, what do you mean you miss out on the short workouts like Fran? You know, if it's 3 minute and under workout, you should be able to do it right after your strength. Well, here's the thing is if you're trying to hit Fran, how Fran is supposed to be hit, or a workout similar to that, a benchmark workout, you're not going to want to do that after, like 7 sets of 2 front squats because your legs are going to be so fried that you're not going to be able to hit Fran properly. And Fran's supposed to be a sub 3 minute workout. You just shot your legs, and now all of a sudden you're going to try to do more thrusters. It's not going to happen. And vice versa, if you go hit Fran all out, you're going to be so tired that afterwards, if you try to do your strength, you're not really going to get the benefit out of it. So I hope that makes a little more sense. Why we do it that way, why it's a little bit different the way we do it. And in all honesty, guys, this is the way CrossFit programs. This is the way CrossFit teaches. This is what makes the fittest individuals in the world. This is what all those high-level athletes teach us. So just take that into consideration. I hope that kind of opens your eyes. I know sometimes when I share that with people, like, whoa, this is awesome. This template here is really good, and this is why we are so fit. And that's what I just love about CrossFit, guys, is just what it provides through this template. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to you about a couple other things like people who want to compete, things like that. So let me switch back over and we will start that right now. All right, so you're asking, well, what about me? I want to be competitive. And if I want to be competitive, I need to be strong. Yes and no. You absolutely, if you want to be competitive in the sport of CrossFit, you need to be a strong athlete. Now, that being said, I think strength many times is put way up on this pedestal where we're forgetting about the other important stuff below it. CrossFit teaches a couple things. It teaches first your mechanics. That's how you move, okay? And that's the most important thing is we want to move really, really well. If you watch guys like Rich Froning, Matt Fraser, Katrin Tia, those games athletes, granted, you may not be trying to be a games athlete, but if you watch them, their rep number 1 and their rep number 500 pretty much look the same, and it's awesome. We want to be able to move well, guys, and that's what comes next, is consistency. We want to be really consistent with our movement. So no matter how tired you are, your movement stays the same. Then we want to focus on intensity. Intensity doesn't just mean how hard you go. It means the weight you push. It means the volume you do. It means all these different things. So that's number 1. Number 2, CrossFit teaches is first nutrition. Now, I actually added on to this pyramid. You've seen this pyramid in the gym sometimes. I added the mental aspect below nutrition. So why you're doing what you do, the mentality behind it, the purpose behind it, what drives you. And then on top of that, we got our nutrition. Okay, our nutrition is our base. Without that, it doesn't matter what we do. We're not going to make the improvements needed to get where we want to get. So our nutrition, if that's not on point, you're going to get hurt eventually. Nutrition and rest, you're going to get hurt eventually because your body's not healing like it needs to. It's not feeding itself like it needs to. Then after the nutrition comes the metabolic conditioning. And what that is how will you breathe? How will you move under that high stress, high intensity work, which is the typical WOD you see every day, like the Murph, like the Fran, like the Helen, the different workouts that we do. And it's building that baseline of actual CrossFit, being good at that, breathing well, going on a run. Some of y'all are like, I run, I'm great. I breathe good. I do marathons. That's great. That's good. It'll keep you healthy in the long run. How fast can you sprint? How fast can you do 15 calories on the bike? What's your 2K row time like? So it's not just enough to be a good long distance runner. We also want you fast. We also want everything in between, or vice versa. After that metabolic conditioning, CrossFit says the next most important thing is gymnastics. Exercise science says the next most important thing is going to be gymnastics. Now, that doesn't mean doing the iron cross on the rings. What gymnastics means for us is just moving our body in space. Can I do box jumps? Can I do step-ups? Can I do the muscle up? Can I do pull-ups? Can I do handstand push-ups? Things like that. Now, let's take a workout like Fran, for instance, 2159 of thrusters and pull-ups. If you have a workout like that, that workout needs to be 3 minutes and under. Now, there is no use in you having a 500-pound deadlift if your Fran time is like 7-8 minutes. Your Fran time is meant to be 3 minutes and under at a high level competitive athlete. So what we want to make sure that we're doing is we're not just strength biasing everything. We're not just focused too much on weightlifting and strength, because we also want to be able to do those Fran workouts. And a lot of times Fran's not going to get a lot faster. You're like, well, if I get stronger, I'll go faster. Yes and no, because a lot of the times the workouts like that, it's not your strength that's missing. It's your skills in the pull-up. I guarantee if you're strong enough to do that 2159 pull-ups, and you can do that unbroken, which you should be able to be a competitive athlete, you're going to be plenty strong to do those thrusters at 95 and 65. So that covers the gymnastics. Then we focus on weightlifting, guys. Weightlifting meaning the Olympic lifting, the powerlifting, these type of things. That is almost the last important thing in your CrossFit journey, whether you're trying to be healthy or whether you're trying to be competitive. Now, that being said, competitive athletes do need to be stronger. They do need that little extra strength work. Oh, I got to pay my bills. Just got to notice about it. We do need to be stronger, but what we gotta realize, guys, and this is something that, people, it's completely understandable that people don't know this because not everyone studies exercise science and stuff, but the better you can move your body like a gymnast, the stronger everything else is going to be. When I went to the gymnastics certification course for CrossFit, the two girls coaching were former gymnasts, and one of them is currently an Olympic lifter, and I think she coaches like on the junior national team or something. And she said that a lot of what they do besides their actual Olympic lifting, the accessory work they do, is gymnastics. It is the handstand push-ups. It is the strict pull-ups. All those different movements that actually make them stronger and help them understand their body through space, that make them better lifters. So the reason I tell you guys that, the last thing, I forgot the last thing. The very last thing at the tip of the triangle, guys, is the sport. That's competing against the person next to you, whether it be in the gym or in an actual competition. You got to realize that to get to the sport, you have to walk up the pyramid. To walk up the pyramid, you first have to find out why you want to do it. You have to work on your nutrition, your metabolic condition, your gymnastics, then your weightlifting, then you get to your sport. That's why it's designed that way. So, all that being said, you're like, well, Jared, you have a compete track on Beyond the Whiteboard this year with extra work. Absolutely, I do. And I want y'all to take advantage of that. But understand, guys, that there's a process to getting where you want to get. And that's what we really believe in with our programming, is we believe that we want to get your skills up to date, and we want to provide you guys with the best opportunity for you to be the fittest, healthiest person you possibly can be. Now, those of you who are doing the compete track, enjoy it. It's awesome. We got a lot of cool stuff planned this year for it. Every single workout on that compete track is going to correlate to the workout of the day. A lot of times in competitor courses and stuff, it doesn't match up because they're completely separate. They got the competitors here, the group here. We're combining that. We're taking our competition courses, the kind of similar to the way I program for the compete class or for my former athletes, and we're actually going to merge it with the classes so that you won't have to worry about, oh man, today in class we did Fran and I front squatted yesterday, right? Like you'll see the course, you'll see the track on there, and it will correspond accordingly. So I'm sorry this video is so long, guys. I just want to take an opportunity to educate y'all more on different things like this, to just kind of teach you guys more about CrossFit so you can learn and learn how to be a better athlete. And I hope you enjoy this. I hope you learned something about programming. I hope you understand now, like your eyes are open to why this type of thing is ideal than just random workouts thrown together behind a strength piece. Because honestly, guys, I haven't said this yet, but it is so true. I have never in my career ever seen someone plateau on their lifts when they follow this. I've never seen it. I have seen, on the other hand, a good number, a good handful of people who have came to CrossFit 2024 from other gyms, whether it be in other states or in Austin, I won't say anything, who have plateaued their lifts, and they were doing strength work every single day. The reason behind that is, guys, is your body, your nervous system will actually burn out. And if you don't have that nutrition, rest, and just understanding of actually what you're doing and why it shouldn't be done that way all the time, your body's just not going to get any better. So that's why also on the compete track we program rest days. There's going to be some days that you come in and you're like, oh, we're ready to hit it, and say rest day, and you're going to be like, oh, follow the rest day, guys. It's needed. So hope that helps, guys. Please ask if you have any other questions. Please comment below if you want to see other videos on any other specific things that we can answer for you. We want this year to be a year of growth for y'all, a year of just understanding and learning and educating yourself more. Us as coaches, we're constantly educating ourselves, looking into level 2, level 3 for CrossFit this coming year, hopefully. USAW weightlifting is something we're looking into going to. So it's just going to be a good year, guys, and we hope that you take something from this, you learn from it, and you kind of understand why CrossFit 2024 does the things they do and what we truly believe in. So we love y'all. See y'all in class. Be ready to crush it.